Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Garden and this is Soul Calibur 5 and this is on the Xbox 360, Microsoft's last great console. This is a Bandai Namco Games stroke Namco presentation. Cryware are involved and Project Soul apparently. That's probably a code name, isn't it? This is the title screen with some lovely smoke effects. So, this is a 1v1 weapons-based fighting game. We've all played a version of Soul Calibur before, and this one is literally no different to any of the other ones that you've played. Apart from, it doesn't have Star Wars characters in it like the last version on the Xbox. So let's give arcade mode a spin. There's a story mode in this, and I think it revolves around the character, this character, Patrolkos, and that's it. You can't play it through as any of the other characters. Just sort of skipping through the roster here. The roster's been greatly expanded over the previous version. How many slots have we got here? We have got 16. We've got 32 fighters by the looks of it, although I think one of them is custom mode. So it's around 30-ish fires, but you can make your own fire up. Got Edgemaster there. Creation mode. Yeah, so all your favourites there. You got Mitsurugi, you got your Asteroth. We always pick Asteroth because Asteroth is the man. Got a nicely rendered kind of front end here with a hot and cold sword. I don't know what the difference between the hot and cold sword is apart from temperature. And visual coloration. There was an owl in a tree there, did you see that? Now this dude, Asteroth, is my favourite ever Soul Calibur fighter because I don't like the technical stuff and I like battering people into oblivion. So as you can see, it's got that typical last gen kind of detail thing going on. They took full advantage of all the shaders, so you've got some fuzzy looking clothes there. And you've got detailed ground textures. So when I'm looking at this in relation to, say, the Dreamcast version, obviously graphically this one is much more complex, although I wouldn't say it's hugely improved. It's just, like I said, more complex. There's something to be said about the cleaner, more cartoon graphics of the older versions. Obviously this looks great on a HD TV. Forest world here. What are we doing here? We're looking at options, and we're gonna turn the battle messages on because it's rather quiet, and turn the voice up. Yeah, because it's like an annoying announcer. So last time I played this game, I must have turned the announcer off because the announcer is annoying. There's no getting away from that. This is Soul Calibur, people. Soul Calibur 5, and like it plays very similarly to any other version of Soul Calibur you've ever played. I have to win 3 rounds against the characters here to obtain victory. That's a mistake. Should have stuck that down to 1 round. Asteroth here's got an electric back and a glowy axe. But there you go. You can see it's actually super detailed. So it's whether that's your thing or not, whether you like the cartoon stylings of the original Soul Calibur on the old PlayStation, or whether you like this kind of more realistic high frequency detail Lord of the Rings background. It's up to you. The armour's all nice and shiny in this version, I'll give it that. Yeah, this is very Lord of the Ringsy, this background. And this one's got an infinite plane floor, which you can see the edge of. When it goes to the top of camera angle, it looks very, very poor. Very poor indeed. This lady with the spear, she's a new character, and she's kicking my ass. She stands like she's got a broken hip. And now she's got broken legs. Take that. Yeah. So, production values super high. In terms of audio and visuals, gameplay hasn't moved on as much. But yeah, it's a good playable version of Soul Calibur. Like I said, the story mode's not up to much because you can only play it through with Patrolkos, and he is actually a pretty annoying character to use, as far as I remember. I think I've got all the way through it. Well, I unlocked quite a few characters through it, but his moves are suboptimal. They're not really like Asteroth's moves make sense. The Patrolkos dude never really clicked with me. There's some sort of super special move that she just sort of initiated, but all that happened was she got an axe in her head for her troubles, so she didn't like that much. Yeah. Asteroth's costume here is a bit weird, but there's no Star Wars characters in it, so it doesn't break that kind of the high fantasy theme, which is one of the problems I had with the previous game, is the Star Wars characters didn't necessarily fit. And in this one, they still have a crossover, but I think it's with Assassin's Creed, so it kind of works because it's supposed to be sort of similar time frame. This dude, this Y dude, he's bloody annoying and generic to look at. So yeah, there we go. Beating the crap out of me. I don't really know what's going on with him. Need more practice. That's what's going on. So what's my favourite version of Soul Calibur? Seeing as I own every single version apart from Soul Calibur 3. I would say I still prefer the Dreamcast original. I still play that over this every day of the week. I'm not a massive fan of the graphics in this. I think they're fine, but I prefer something a bit more stylized, to be fair, and that's just a personal thing. I'm not saying this is ugly, it's just a preference. This game can probably be had for less than a tenner, if you know where to look. Because I'm not sure this was ever that popular. I'm not sure this got a platinum release, unlike Soul Calibur 4, which definitely did because I've got it. So the potential is there to pick this up for very little money. And what I'll do is I will have a quick look online and maybe put in the comments how much you can have this game for, because I'm betting it's less than a tenner. And if that's the case, and you've only got an Xbox 360, but you want to play a version of Soul Calibur, which isn't the most recent one, because I believe there has been one on the Xbox One, and then this might be an option for you, especially at that price, because you've got a lot of characters here to choose from, and as a two-player game, obviously it's button mashing heaven. Yeah, let me just have a look online and see how much this game actually is for the Xbox 360 right this second. Okay, so after having a quick shufty, you can buy it brand new for £17.30. So there we go, it's more than a tenner. That's more than I was expecting. I'm sure you could pick it up at CEX second hand for less than that though, because that £17.30 represents a brand new version of this game, brand new copy. Yeah, so that's more than I was expecting, to be fair. When I pay that much money for it, well, I've got a Dreamcast and I've got the original, and I was fed up with the original. I might punt a bit more money on this. I can't say that I paid that much money for it. I must have paid £5 for it. This would be one of those games that, when the 360 was going downhill, they were sort of flogging the games off for like £5 a piece. So I probably got this from Sainsbury's for £5, like my Street Fighter game that I picked up, Street Fighter 4, I think it was arcade. I got that for about £3.50 from Sainsbury's when they were dumping those games. So yeah, this is definitely worth a fiver. Whether it's worth £20 there, don't know. Is there a Soul Calibur 6? And let's see how much it is. Yeah, there is a Soul Calibur 6, and it's one of those nasty season passy type games. So you can get that for 20 quid for the Xbox One and the PS4. And there's a limited edition of that, which is nearly £90, which has a figurine of one of the ladies from the game and the season pass. So, I mean, that's entirely up to you, but I would suggest that the season pass stuff would put a few people off. And I don't know how popular this game was, because the collector's edition, which looks like it was released in 2018, Soul Calibur 6, is still very easily obtainable. So there we go. Stick with the original Dreamcast one, or indeed 5 on the Xbox 360. And that's it from me. So I played this game a little bit more the rest of the video, and yeah, if you can get this game for £5, I recommend it. 20 quid, possibly a bit too much, but my favourite still remains the original. It's, even though it's graphically dated in comparison to this one, it's still more pleasing to look at, in my opinion. Okay, that's me. See you again next time. Ta-ra.
The battle rages on. Stand up and show your strength. Battle 3. Fight. Back up. Forgive me. Perfect. Even when severely wounded, the true victor never gives up. Battle 4. Fight. Eat this. Stay KO. Only one fate awaits the defeated.
Why fight me, if losing's all that you can do?